train your kid in the path they should go, and when he is old, he would not depart far from it. I mean, it's worded a few different ways in the Bible. It's the King James version, blah blah. But anyways, the thing is, train your kid, teach your kid, not just raise your kid. A lot of people out here raising their kids and not teaching their kids, and not just. I don't mean just biblical. I don't mean just going to church all the time. I don't mean just. I'm talking about character, morals, respect, patience, not being disobedient. I'm talking about all the way around the board. A lot of people, most people now in this generation, in this new generation, they only teaching, they only training their kids. I'm gonna say raising their kids. They're not training or teaching their kids. Nowadays, people, like I say, love their kids way too much to the point where they hurt them. They hurt them by protecting them too much. They hurt them by not telling them they're wrong, by not disciplining, by not having no structure. They hurt people hurting their kids by being. A lot of people nowadays, like I say, you can't even say nothing to somebody's kid nowadays. It's the end of the world, and they're gonna be ready to end the world behind that. You can't just now. Back in the days, you can chop. You may get 2 or 3 weapons. One from your from the neighbor. Then you come home, get a whipping by your mom or your daddy. But this generation here, you touch somebody's child now, you might make the news. It's that simple. I wouldn't care. As long as I know my child was wrong, beat him. Jack him up. Grab him by his shirt. Then let me know. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to do the same thing. This is why it's so much. They say kids is the future. If the kids is the future, then the way we raising our kids is so crucial. If not, it's going to keep being so much chaos out here in the world in this new generation, because these kids ain't having no guidance coming up from their parents. Most of them, I'm not going to go on that route, but most don't have that structure from a father. It'd be women just raising most kids, and I'm not going to go on that topic and saying, but the structure just ain't there. The structure don't be there because the parents be young, the grandparents 50, 48, younger. And that don't mean it can't be no structure just from that age, but just saying this generation has changed completely. Ain't too many parents nowadays, I'd say from the age of 35 on down, ain't no real discipline. Ain't no consistent discipline. People just doing, the kids just doing what they want to do. I don't understand how somebody can. I just went around the corner today, a couple of hours ago, and said something to my neighbor about the kid being too loud or whatever, and okay, that's all he said, and closed the door, went back around the corner, went in the house. 2 minutes later, I say 2-3 minutes later, noise, kicking down. I'm sounding like they kicking down. I'm talking about sound like they kicking down the walls. And in my head, it's deeper than free lunch, because he's supposed to. When you tell your child something one time, that's supposed to be that. You shouldn't have to reason with your kid, and you shouldn't have to repeat yourself 2 and 3 and 4 times. And not only that, later, I heard it again for about an hour, maybe 2 hours straight. Raising your kids. If that structure though, not saying your kids should fear you. They shouldn't be scared of you, but they should know you don't play. And when you say something one time, that's supposed to be it. But that's just like I say, people just raising their kids. If I said something, If I would have said something to my child or my nephew or one time, if I'm watching them, that's all I'm gonna have to say it, that one time. But like I said, nowadays you see people arguing with their kids. You shouldn't have to argue with your kid. You shouldn't even have to scream at your kid. I don't even understand that. I don't even understand when people sitting there screaming at their kid. Because I told my homeboy, I told my friend like a couple of weeks ago, I was like, I don't even see why people get mad when they beat their child. I look at it as a good thing. Because I know I'm gonna correct that issue. Whatever that issue was, I just corrected that. So I'm happy I had to correct that. I'm not happy that you did whatever you did, but I'm happy that I corrected that so we can get on with the next part, next chapter. And you becoming better and better. It's like sharpen iron. It's like sharpen the person. Yeah, I shouldn't have to get mad just because I beat you. I shouldn't have to scream at you just because I don't like something you did. And it's not like sometimes you go to people's houses or you see kids out in public, people out with their kids in public, and they have to scream at them to try to scam them. You better put that down. I ain't got to say all that. I ain't got to do nothing. You shouldn't have to do nothing but look at your kid. And they already know. Or better yet, you shouldn't even have to look. You shouldn't have to tell them don't do this or don't do that because they already know not to do it. And whatever, it's just like when you see people arguing. You see a husband disrespect his wife or vice versa, a wife disrespect the husband out in public. That's because it ain't being checked in the house. So they do it out in public. So at the same time, when you see kids doing stuff acting crazy, it was never checked in the house. From a kid, from the pamper to the teen. And then when they get older, it's over. And that's why I start from the pampers. Because by the time, if it don't start from the pampers, by the time they get to teen, it's over when they're adult. It's over. That's why you're supposed to train a kid up in the path that they should go. And when they is old, they will not depart far from it.